Hi and welcome to the instructional video for how to manage the volunteers database. Firstly, we need to get the username and password for the Google account and the username and password for the volunteers registration database. Now, if you already have those login details, you can skip this first section and just go to the actual instructional part, which is a bit later on in the video. I'm going to show you how to go in, assuming you don't have the login details for the volunteers database. So we firstly log into the Redlands Easter Family Festival Google account. Okay, so if you don't have the Redlands Easter Family Festival here signed, on your computer, you'll have to click Add Account. And so we're going to go to the Redlands Easter Family Festival account, and which is redeasterfamfest@gmail.com, and we put in the password. Okay. Now, if you don't have that password again, please contact the Easter Festival president or someone else in charge. So now that we're logged in, we click up here this triple dot and we click on New Incognito Window. We now go back to google.com.au to make sure that we're logged into the Redlands Easter Festival account, which we're not. So we click Sign In, and then we enter the email address, redeasterfamfest@gmail.com, and then we put in the password that you would have gotten from the Easter Festival president or someone else in charge. So we log in there. Now that we're logged into the Google account, we click the square with all the dots in it, and we click Drive. Now here on Google Drive, we're looking for the username and password for the website, for the volunteers registration website. So we click on the arrow to the left of my computer's left click there. We left click on the arrow to the left of my laptop. Then we left click on the arrow to the left of Easter Festival. We then scroll down in the years, the folders, and we click on the year that's the current year. In this case, it's 2019. We left click there, and then here in the folders list, we look for passwords and logins, and we double left click on that. This document gives us all the passwords for everything to do with Easter Festival. So we right click on that and left click download. So now, there we go, it's downloaded. Now you'll open up that document and get the login details for the Easter Festival Volunteers Database website. So we'll go to that website now, which is redlandschurches.org/administrator/index.php, and we'll log in with the details that you got from that Word document. Okay, now that we're logged in, we click on Components, RS Form Pro, and then, we'll try that, Components, RS Form Pro, Manage Submissions. So again, it's Components, RS Form Pro, Manage Submissions. That means we're going to manage the volunteer submissions who've submitted registrations. So we click on that, left click on that. Here is the full list. If I scroll down here, I'm not going to because it'll reveal everyone's private information, but if you scroll down, that will show you all of the people who have registered. Now, it's somewhat difficult to see everything on this screen because, as you can see, you're only seeing part of the table. So what it's best to do in this case is to export the whole database, and that way you can look at it in Microsoft Excel. So we'll click on Export here. and we select Microsoft Excel, which is .xlsx. It's important you select that one. So we click on that one, and then up the top left here we click Export. Alright, so you can see down the bottom here, it's downloaded the Microsoft Excel document, and what you have to do is click on that one and open it up, and then you can look at all the submissions in a much easier format using Microsoft Excel. Now, once you've found the volunteers that you're wanting to change, if you need to change their information, we then come back to this website after you've looked at that, and we go to this button here, takes you back to the home screen. So we'll click on that one. We're back to the home screen. Again, we click on Components, RS Form Pro, and Manage Submissions. So now that you've found the people that you're wanting to change or modify their details, we'll use the fake one I created first of all. So you go to this search bar here where it's got the little magnifying glass, and I'll type in fake because this is a fake, and then click on the search, the little magnifying icon, and that will bring up the fake registration that I made. So you can see here that you can scroll across and see all the information, and to modify anything at all, if we need to modify their name or their surname or their landline or any their email address, anything, their task they're doing, what we have to do is delete this entry, and we have to create a new entry to replace that one. So the way to do that is to go to the Easter Festival website, so which is Redlands Churches. So I'm going to making a new tab up the top here, which is Redlands churches.org. So we click on that, and then we go to the volunteer registration page right here. And what we do then, if we want to change anything, let's say in this case we want to change the task that this fake registration is doing. What we do then is we copy information from this original registration, and we paste it into here. So first name, paste. Okay, we click back on this one, copy their surname, back to this one, paste the surname in. Oh, you see here how there's a few spaces after that? That will be rejected. So you must make sure there's no spaces, after anything, after their name. So that one's fine. So again, we go back to the original registration, scroll across a little bit, copy their landline, go back to the other one, paste that in, again make sure there's no spaces, no spaces anywhere, back to the original one, copy the phone number, back to that one, paste in the phone number, back to this one, copy the email, and by the way, copy is Control-C on your keyboard. That's how I'm copying everything. Back, paste that in there. There's no spaces after this, so that's good. Back to this one. Okay, their church was other church, and it was fake church. So we'll copy the church, Back to this one. So they selected other church down the bottom, and then we click in, type in the fake church. We then go back to this one. So we along. So that have they volunteered before? Yes. And the task was entertainment on stage. So that's the things we want to change. So yes, they volunteered before. And so it's no longer entertainment on stage. Instead, we're going to pretend that they've volunteered for, so let's say for Packer. Okay, so we change it to that. Back to the original one. Again, we copy the blue card, make sure that was the same. Back to the new one. Back to the original one. There we go. Copy that. Remember, copy on the keyboard is Control C. Okay, paste that in there. Let's make sure that they've got the registration details right. Yeah, they confirm to that, and yes, they do want to receive the promotional. So yes, you want to receive emails, and yes, they agree to the safety management. So we now click submit, and there we go. That registration was successful. So if we go back to the volunteers database, if we now click on the clear button, what will happen then is it'll show two of these. Actually, if we just search for fake, and you click search, you'll now see that there's two. There's the one that we just created, and there's the old one. So remember, the new one's got the pack up in the task, and the old one's got the entertainment. So what we do now that we've definitely created the new one, and it's ready to replace the old one, we then click on the one that we want to delete, and up the top here, you got the delete button. So we then click delete. Are you sure you want to delete this item? Now we checked that, we made sure that was the fake, that was the one the old one, this was the new one, so we're definitely deleting the right one. So we click on OK. So now you'll see that it's showing only the new one now. The other one's been deleted. So that is how you manage the volunteers. You have to delete the old ones, and you keep the one that you just created. So if you have any questions, please email brettsaunders@gmail.com, and I'd love to help you. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. God bless you. Thank you for doing this very important task of managing the volunteers. We appreciate what you're doing. God bless.